Welcome everybody, Tom here in the kitchen. We're here live in Mission Viejo, California. That's the southern part. It's a overcast, probably about 62 degrees outside here today. Thank you so much for joining us. We got a special show today. What's going to be happening, Tom? Well, I'm going to tell you what's going to be happening right now. We're going to be making probably one of the stinkiest things I've ever done here, blue cheese dressing. Who doesn't love blue cheese dressing? Maybe some of you don't. If you're not big fans of blue cheese, I'm not here to talk you into liking blue cheese because you know what? I get it. It smells bad. It looks bad. How do you even tell when blue cheese dressing is going bad or when it is bad? You really can't tell, right? Because that's just the way it is, all right? But over the years, I have really acquired a taste for blue cheese dressing, and for you blue cheese dressing lovers out there, I'm sure you know exactly what I'm talking about. And a lot of times you go out to a restaurant and it's just not good. Or you go and you buy it in the grocery store and it's just not good. So this recipe that I have right here for blue cheese dressing is, I think, one of the easiest and one of the tastiest blue cheese dressings that I have ever eaten. As a matter of fact, we make a lot of our own dressings here at the Riehl estate. Not only the blue cheese, we also make like a honey mustard, we make a ranch, we make Thousand Island, all the very cool dressings. And that way we kind of know what's going in them as well, you know, since we're building them all here, putting them all together here in the house. So today, I had a hankering for a wedge, you know, and you guys, if you go out to a restaurant, you'll know that a lot of times you go out and you order a wedge at a restaurant. It's not something that you have your choice. It automatically comes with. You got to kick it up maybe another $5 to $10 to add a wedge to your meal, which I don't understand because a wedge is pretty much just like a salad except with all the extras, like the chopping and the dicing, right? So basically it's a DIY project right here on your table, you know? So I don't really enjoy that all that much, paying an upcharge for that stupid old wedge. So I've decided I'm gonna make them at home, which I do, and I make them a heck of a lot better. And once you guys see how easy this is going to be, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. All right. So I'm just kind of looking at my screen here because I know we may be getting some drop frames here. The internet today is a little choppy, so I'm going to keep my eye on that. Really, not much I can do at this point, but we're going to keep an eye on it nonetheless. Okay. If you're Rossington Collins is in the house. Good morning, Rossington. If you are here, anyone watching along, just kind of chime in if you will. And if you just want to stand here and stalk the show, that's cool too. It doesn't matter to me. So let's kind of go through these very simple ingredients that we're going to need to make our blue cheese dressing, all right? First and foremost, we have our mayonnaise, okay? Mayonnaise right here. We're going to use a 1 1/3 cup of mayonnaise right here. And then we're going to use 3/4 cup of sour cream, 4 tablespoons of milk, and our crumpled blue cheese. And you're going to need about 4 ounces of that. And you can see, like I told you, I mean, this is nothing new. I'm not telling you guys anything you don't already know. Where is it? Right there. I mean, it looks moldy. It smells moldy. It smells bad. But that's what blue cheese is, all right? We know what blue cheese is. As you can see right here on my camera, right over here, on my close-up camera, that's where it is. And some are chunky, some are not chunky. I'm going to put all of this in our dressing, but I'm going to reserve just a little bit to sprinkle on the top of our finished salad. All right, so as far as the wet ingredients, that's really all you're going to need. In addition to that, you're going to need some salt, some pepper, and some dry mustard. Maybe not something that we all have at home all the time. Okay, this is a Coleman's brand. This is basically, when you go buy dry mustard, this is really the only brand that they do sell. So it's in a little tin. I've had this for probably, I don't know, 52 years. Maybe it was even my mother's, but I use a little bit at a time, normally when I make the blue cheese dressing. All right, and then we're going to mix this together. I'm going to put it in the fridge because blue cheese dressing is actually better if you let it sit for 24 hours. Get the flavors all there, get everything kind of working together. All right, that's my dog trying to see what I'm cooking over there on the stove. Hey, buddy. So anyway, we're going to mix this up. I'm going to put it in the fridge and let it chill while we get our other ingredients and building our wedge salad, all right? So let's get started on this. Very simple. You'll see how really simple this is. I know I keep saying it's simple, but trust me, it is quite simple. All right, so big mixing bowl. Make sure you give yourself enough room here on the bowl. And we're gonna put in first of all our mayo. Right there's our mayo. All right. That's all you need for that. We're going to put in our 3/4 of a cup of sour cream right in there like that. And this is a basic, this is a base for any kind of a dressing you make a lot of times. It always has mayonnaise for the most part if you're using a mayonnaise-based dressing. Of course it uses mayonnaise if you use a mayonnaise-based dressing. Everybody knows that, Tom. Don't insult our intelligence. All right, so there you go. I'm going to put in my 4 tablespoons of milk, like that. Simple, right? And these are mostly all ingredients that you have around your house. And I like to make a full batch. This is a full batch because it does keep quite well. All right, so now what you want to do is you want to just kind of give it a little whiskey roux right here. Okay, just kind of get it in there like that. Mix all the ingredients together. So far we got 3 things: mayo, sour cream, and milk. That's it, all right? And just kind of mix it so it is smooth, a nice consistency. Now, if you want, as this tends to sit, overnight, or it will get a little thick, which is okay. So if you want to thin it down with a little milk the next day, you can do that. But right now, that's like the perfect blue cheese consistency, right? Doesn't really taste like much. All right. So now I'm just going to add, Worcestershire and garlic powder. I'm sorry, I almost forgot those two. All right, so for the Worcestershire, we're going to use a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. All right, so we're going to put that right in there like that. Teaspoon of that. Boom. And I like to kind of follow these recipes pretty close because, as any of you know that follow this show, if it turns out, and it's really a good recipe, which this happens to be, I can go back and I can recreate the exact same thing because I didn't just throw this in here and throw that in here. I use exact recipes. So that's really the main reason I always use recipes is, so I want to, if it is a good recipe, I can go back and recreate it exactly. And if it's not a good recipe, I can adjust it and then follow that recipe and just kind of tweak it till it's perfect, all right? So that's pretty simple. All right, so let's put in, let's kind of whisk this together here. And then we're going to put in a half a teaspoon of the dry mustard and a half a teaspoon of the garlic powder. All right, there you go. Half a teaspoon of that. All right, and a half a teaspoon of the garlic powder. Sometimes you just got to pull the lid off of these things, Half a teaspoon of that. All right, and that's all there is to it. A lot of people will ask me, Tom, how do you come up with these recipes? How do you know what you're going to cook on these segments? Well, to be very honest, since we just have a short period of time, and I don't want to draw this thing out for an hour of you guys just sitting here watching this, got to pay attention to what I'm doing here. Some ground pepper, okay? And that's really all you need other than the blue cheese. So I got to kind of figure out like what will work in a short period of time. I don't want to start baking stuff because if I do that, what are we going to do? Just sit around here and wait 25, 30 minutes till the thing's in the oven? So that's not fun. So I'm trying to find things that, that I eat that maybe some guys and gals might not exactly know how to make. So that's how we come up with some of these. And the blue cheese recipe is perfect for that because it's really very simple. Okay, so once this is all mixed together, it doesn't taste bad now, but it's not quite blue cheese. All right, so now I'm going to take these crumbles, I'm going to put them in here, and that's really all there is to it. I'm going to reserve just a few to sprinkle on the top of my finished salad. You don't normally have to do that, but we're going to do that today. And you don't need a lot, maybe just about that much, all right? Now, like I said, I'm a fan of blue cheese, and if I go out to a restaurant and they have like one of those blue cheese burgers where they actually put the crumples right on the burger or, put the blue cheese dressing as the dressing, I'm all in on that, okay? So I'm all good with the blue cheese. But like I said, if you're not a blue cheese fan, I'm probably not gonna be able to talk you into eating this, but hey, give it a try sometime. It's not gonna kill you, as far as I know. We're not making any disclaimers here. All right, so just kind of mix the bowl really good like that. And it has incorporated a little of the blue cheese taste already, but it really has not been in there all that long. So, like I said, sitting it over, putting it in the fridge overnight for like 24 hours, the flavors of the blue cheese will kind of work its way through all that. And and it will thicken up as well. So for right now, I'm just going to go ahead and put this in the fridge and just let it chill the best I can, probably for about 5 minutes. It's going to be better than nothing, all right? That's the way I look at it. It's going to be better than nothing. All right, so let's clean this mess up here. And just build our salad. So typically, when you get a wedge salad in a restaurant, the one thing you're going to need, first of all, is the lettuce. Okay, so let's take a look at this lettuce and talk about that for one quick second. Okay, when you're buying lettuce, a lot of times what will happen, and when you go out to a restaurant, as a matter of fact, you go there, you get your iceberg, just your standard traditional salad. Sometimes it'll have like big, hard, yellow pieces, and it'll be tough, and it'll be hard to chew. It won't be leafy, all right? So when you're going out buying lettuce at a store, if you don't already know this, you want to go out there and give it a little bit of a squeeze, all right? And it should feel a little loose inside. If you're squeezing it and it feels like a softball, don't buy it, okay? It's too hard inside. It's not going to work. So this is the perfect, I've actually peeled some of the outside leaves off of this right now so you can kind of see what you're looking for. If there's anything that's kind of wilty or brown, obviously pull them off. But and I'll tell you, sometimes lettuce is hard to find. You know, they'll crank the price up to $2, $3, $4 for a head of lettuce, and it's crap. So this was pretty good. It was a little bit on the small side, and it wasn't. I think it was about $1.99, which is crazy. But anyway, give it a squeeze. Make sure that it feels not firm, but just kind of leafy. And I'm going to cut into this, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about right now. All right. So I'm going to cut the end off for right now, and I'm just going to cut it. You can, depending on how much you want to have. I usually, if it's a big head of lettuce, I'll quarter it. But this is not really that big, so I'm going to go for the whole half. The whole half. All right, just put that right in there like that. The problem now is it's not going to sit flat. So obviously, presentation is everything. So I'm going to cut it once more down the middle. So really, I have 2 quarters, and we'll put those in the bowl like that. And that's going to be my lunch. That's going to be my lunch right there. I love these things. I just love these wedges. All right. So another thing with the lettuce too, I always like my lettuce chilled, okay, cold. Nothing worse than going to a restaurant and having warm lettuce brought to your table, or lettuce that is just kind of floating in water in your salad plate. That sucks too, right? I know. So try to stay away from that as much as possible. All right, so here's the ingredients other than what we have, the dressing. Here's what we're going to need to finish this project up. We're going to have a tomato, we're going to have a red onion, and we're going to have some bacon, all right? It's really all you need. And I'll tell you, all these ingredients kind of complement each other on the salad. And then we're going to top it off with a little freshly ground pepper, and we're going to be good to go. All right, so let's first of all talk about the bacon. I cooked this a little while ago, so it's room temperature now, but that's okay. And we're just going to cut off a little bit here. We're not going to use this all, obviously, because we're just making it for one. But you're going to have enough salad dressing here to actually serve this many, many, many times. And if you're making a blue cheeseburger, use that blue cheese for on the burger itself, all right? So there you go. Maybe cut up one more slice of this. Okay. There you go. Right on there like that. Perfect. All right, so next, cut up some tomatoes. For this, I got to tell you, I'm not a big tomato fan. On burgers, I'll eat them, but it's one of the few things that I don't will eat on a regular basis. But for this, it works because I chop them up in nice small dices, and also try to get yourself a nice firm tomato, not one that's going to spew all over the place, and a sharp knife, obviously. So there we go. Let me cut this one off. May not want that end. Yeah, we'll start here. All right. So there you go. Just tomato. Going right now like that. And you can use as much or as little as you want. Not only is this a nice little addition, but it's aesthetically wise, it really kind of makes the whole wedge look nice too. Okay. So there you go, right on there. Maybe I'll do another slice. Any questions so far? Rossington, only one? One what? Only one tomato? Only one tomato. Yeah, Katrina is not here today. Katrina's actually at work. So I'm just hanging out here, me and the dog, and having a good old time. Making some blue cheese dressing. Yeah, I know. Quite the life I lead, huh, Rossington? Not like you. Always checking in, scamming on the old wife. But that's okay. You're a nice guy. If she was to have an affair behind my back, I would definitely suggest Rossington. Rossington is a good-looking man in his early 30s. Has it all going on, unlike myself. But anyway, Rossington, nice to see you here. At first, I thought you were a stalker, but after I got to know you, you're not so bad of a guy after all. And then last but not least here, we have our red onion, all right? Love red onion, my favorite kind of onion. As a matter of fact, let me see if it fits on this here. I always like using this little bad boy because it cuts them nice and... Yeah, there you go. That's just what I want. That's what I'm looking for now, thinly sliced onion, all right? And you can cut these in whatever size you want. Maybe I'll cut these in half one more time. How's that? All right? And that's really all the ingredients that you're going to need that I'm aware of, at least today. So there you go. Sliced red onions, chopped bacon, and your diced tomatoes. And then that's it. But I like preparing all the toppings ahead of time so you don't bring the salad out, put the dressing on, everything's starting to get warm. Like I said, just have everything ready to go and then bring it all together and finish it up like we're going to do right now. All right? So let's go for it. All right? Sound like fun? Of course. So let's bring out our lettuce and our blue cheese and create some magic here. All right? So there's the lettuce. So first of all, you have the option of what goes on first and what order. Okay, I like putting the blue cheese on first, letting it soak into the lettuce, and then top it with all the ingredients we're going to add on top of that. For presentation wise, it looks nice, so we're going to do it that way. But it's not set in stone. You can do whatever you want. Because you know what? It's your salad. And damn it, own it. All right? So then you can see it's thickening up a little bit already, if you can kind of see that. It's getting thick. The consistency is thick. So we'll start off here just a little bit over the top. There's 1 spoon there. Oh my God, this looks so good. All right? Blue cheese over the top. Like that. That's enough to start. It will soak in. And I like serving it in a nice big bowl like that because once you start getting in it with the knife and fork, and the stuff's going to fly everywhere. So this way it will keep it contained so you don't have stuff flying all over the table and the kitchen floor and wherever else you're eating this. All right. So let's start with maybe some of the onions. All right, over the top like that. All right, there you go. And then we'll add, what do you want to do next? Let's do some bacon. We'll do some bacon next, like that. There you go, nice. And then we'll just end it with some tomatoes on there like that. Oh, man, tell me that doesn't look pretty. That looks pretty. All right, and that's really all we got. And that's the whole shebang right there. It's the only thing left for me to do. Let me see if I can get this down here even a little closer for you. How's that? Get the idea? So the only thing left for me to do, and this is not necessary for anyone else to do but me, but got to take a picture of that food, right? Because that looks beautiful, and you never know. I want to take a bite of this right now, but I'm going to take the photo first. That looks nice. And don't act like I'm the only one that does this, all right? I try to be discreet when I'm out in a restaurant, but I got to take pictures of my food because that's... I get this cool feature on the phone too, where all I have to do is stand here and just go, smile, and it takes a photo. Okay, so I'm good on that. So that is really it. The only thing left to do right now is to taste this, which I cannot wait to do because I'm hungry. I haven't eaten all day. It's lunchtime. All right, so let's kind of cut into this. And there's nothing hidden here. What you see is what you get. But what you can do is as you start chopping into it, you can kind of mix it up a little bit. Make sure every bite has a little bit of that blue cheese dressing on it, because that's really what we're going for, right? And there it is. Nice big chunk like that. Look at that. That is beautiful right there. I don't want to lose you there. There it is. Muy bueno. That's good stuff. Good stuff. So anyway, wedge salad, blue cheese dressing. We did that in probably about 20 minutes. You could probably do it in about 10 if you needed to. But let it sit overnight. That's going to go in the fridge right now. Also, when I do these, I get one of these mason jars here, a 1-quart mason jar. Put the salad, the dressing in there, put it in the fridge just like this. It will last a lifetime. Not quite a lifetime, but close to a lifetime. And the recipe is down below. So if you like the recipe, if you want to make your own blue cheese, just click on the link below. Also, please subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell down there so next time we go live, you'll know exactly what's going on. Or if we post something here on YouTube, you'll be notified of that. We won't bother you for anything else other than just to get some subscribers. We got to get that sucker up to about 1,000. So tell your friends and family to check on in. We're probably going to be back again once or twice this week. We're going to try to be doing these a little bit more often, create more content for you guys. So if there's anything you want us to cook on here or try to cook, please let me know. And I'm going to finish eating now. Check out realfood.com. Of course, all our recipes are right there. Thank you so much for watching the show today. And I think I'm out of here. Okay? Have a good one. Hey guys, thanks so much for stopping by our YouTube channel. If you could be so kind as to just hit that like button and also the subscribe button. And then, if it's not too much to ask, hit that little bell so you know when we have new content coming your way. You'll thank yourself in the morning, I promise.